Welcome back, FOXY Games UK new and existing subscribers. It is Wednesday, October 2nd. Hi, I'm Fox, your reliable source of aggregated video game news, speculation, and rampant rumour. News source links are available in the video's description where applicable. So in today's news, I should preface this with, it's safe to say I'm not the biggest fan of subscription-based services. However, I want to give my 2 cents on the whole console subscription war thing. Yes, some people have already ran with that moniker. So I'm appealing to the sensible ones, able to think subjectively rather than objectively for this one. Now the reality is game subscription services are now a part of gaming's ecosystem, and I've accepted for now that these services are just another way or another offer choice really in how people wish to consume their content. And quite candidly, I'm not sure how people entertain themselves is really any of my business or yours for that matter. Now taking a look at Netflix, Hulu, Video Prime and many other TV subscription services offering as much TV and movie content as you can consume, and now video games are following a similar path. So is there anything actually good about Game Pass and PlayStation Now? Well, up until now, Game Pass has pretty much been the most value-driven game subscription service by a country mile. Xbox Game Pass could be had for around $10 per month. Users are able to fully download games as opposed to Sony's initial stream-only solution, and for many who signed up for the Game Pass service, the icing on the cake was when Microsoft announced all Xbox game exclusives would be made available for the service day one. This left PlayStation Now with a far greater game collection, possibly over 800 titles, including PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 and 4 titles. Now, PlayStation Now is in a rather precarious position, comparatively overpriced at $20 per month. At the time, users could only stream games, obviously at lower quality than playing games natively, which one could argue stunted the growth of PlayStation Now. So what does Sony do? Well, for starters, offer the service to the PC platform. Check. Drastically reduce subscription pricing, now on par with Game Pass. Check. And allow gamers to fully download PS4 titles as well as streaming them. Check. Full TV spot campaign to push PlayStation Now to the masses, primarily those who care less for owning their games and care even less for keeping up with current hardware. Check. The one feather in the proverbial cap that Sony had over Xbox Game Pass prior to the recent change was the vast selection of games on offer. PlayStation Now boasts several hundred plus video game titles compared to Game Pass's 100 plus games on rotation. So after 4 years offering the service, now Sony decides to get competitive? Well, yes, and they took their sweet time about it. Granted, though, what's the point in having the longest running console game subscription service with all that investment when most games really on offer are on PlayStation if the price entry is a barrier and the stream quality for many isn't quite there yet? A rhetorical question, I'm sure. Now, to kick off the new PlayStation campaign, Sony Interactive Entertainment seemed to have done a relaunch of sorts, now offering limited time access to some of PS4's biggest exclusives such as God of War, Uncharted 4 and huge third-party offerings in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I much prefer PlayStation Now's strategy regarding new or recently released titles over Microsoft's dump everything on Game Pass day and date. Take for instance Gears 5, an excellent game that launched to an impressively large player base but didn't make a ton of money. Gears 5 could be completed for the princely sum of just $1, and many then unsubscribed, waiting patiently for the next big Xbox game to drop on the service, presumably so they could play for peanuts all over again. Now, I'm not blaming them for this, it's on offer, so why not? Now, you may have heard me say it on many an RGT and the Gamer Couch podcast. This is not a sustainable business model long term. Clearly Sony have seen Microsoft's model just doesn't work for PlayStation Now, and obviously Sony aims to compete with Game Pass going forward, which makes no odds to me. I'll always play natively, either physical or if I must, digitally, and fully own my purchases. It would be a bad idea for PlayStation to go day and date with first party releases like Xbox Game Pass. Not only does it devalue awesome games, very few will make money. Sony Interactive Entertainment's portfolio, or library if you will, of games, arguably far superior to what is currently available on Xbox platforms. So, Sony would do well to release games that may have sold at a lower than expected volume at around the 6-month point. All commercially and critically acclaimed games like Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War and others should be made available after the 1-year point, some would argue even longer. Expect to see Days Gone and other titles from the PS4 generation make their way over to PlayStation Now when PlayStation 5 is in full swing, but it won't matter by then since those games will be deemed last gen or legacy software. This maintains the AAA PlayStation quality and the retail market gets its slice, and games won't seem devalued or compromised just to pad or fill subscription services with low budget offerings that very few would have cared a damn about anyway. Which brings us to 2018's Game of the Year, God of War on PS4, making its way to PlayStation Now service for a limited time only until January 2020, meaning even a game released around 18 months ago still holds its value and appreciation. This is a smart move by Sony Interactive Entertainment. So, PlayStation Now can be had for $10 monthly, $25 quarterly, or $60 per year. And I've seen people comment that the PlayStation 3's back catalogue is worth the price alone, though it should be noted at the time of this recording, only PlayStation 4 games can be downloaded from the service and played offline. PlayStation 3 games, owing to its rather alien architecture, still require streaming. Seems to me Sony Interactive Entertainment are covering all bases going into next gen, PlayStation 5. Though not everybody thinks Sony Interactive Entertainment is doing enough with its PlayStation Now service, in spite of the price cuts. Take Bloomberg Business, for instance, who wrote an article following the PlayStation Now announcement. Sony Corp has half the price of its PlayStation Now subscription game service. Competition from console rival Nintendo as well as new offerings from Google and Apple are obvious reasons. In addition though, PlayStation Now failed to live up to its potential. And at $19.99 per month, the product was way overpriced. Now, after 4 years, Sony has just 700,000 paid subscribers. That's less than 1% of the 96.8 million PlayStation 4 units the company had sold by the end of March, now well over 100 million. Now, as Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft Corp enjoy loyalty and ongoing revenue streams from subscribing services for games, both Apple and Google enjoy a clear advantage in something far more valuable: attention. Complicating the matter for now is Sony's own rival offering, PlayStation Plus, which goes for $9.99 per month. Now is a streaming service like those provided by Netflix or Spotify, while Plus is more of a community that allows online multiplayer games, offers just 2 free PlayStation 4 titles per month, and provides some other benefits. By cutting Now to $9.99 per month, Sony's gross margins and average selling price on that service will suffer, yet the unit economics mean that longer-term revenue and operating profit in this division can expand. Now, Sony should be able to hit 1.5 million paid PlayStation Now subscribers by the end of September 2020. If not, then I would consider PlayStation Now a failed product that needs to be reassessed. Now we can look at PlayStation Plus. It offers a lesser games catalogue than Now, albeit with other compelling features, but had 36.4 million subscribers at the end of March. That's 50 times more than Now. Price is a major factor in users' purchase of a subscription according to Nielsen Co's Super Data. So with that hurdle lowered, Now ought to be attractive enough to get the same level of attention. Yet if loyal customers want both access to the deepest catalogue of games and interactive features and other benefits, they shouldn't be forced to shell out twice. Instead of milking customers, Sony would be better served by either folding Now and Plus into one service or offering a steep discount to have both. Now the latter is probably out of the question. This isn't just out of fairness to customers, but a matter of survival. Nintendo's Switch Online is just $4 per month, while Microsoft has Game Pass at $10, Apple's Arcade is $5, and Google Stadia costs $10, albeit with caveats. By asking for double its nearest rival, Sony has thrown away the advantage it enjoys by having a superior product for the sake of a few dollars more. That's reminiscent of its failures with memory stick storage cards and Blu-ray DVDs. Mistakes ought to not be repeated. Sony can also learn from Netflix and home box office HBO that offering competitive set price packages doesn't mean you need to forego blockbuster titles. In fact, Sony's access to the highest quality games is the moat that rivals will struggle to cross. The move toward game subscriptions will be good for the entire industry by bringing in more total revenue. That also makes it Sony's battle to lose. I guess you can't please all of the people all of the time, huh? Though I certainly agree with Bloomberg. Either combine PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus as a super value-driven offer, or get rid of charging for online access altogether. As I say, the latter is most unlikely of the two. Though I think it's safe to say Sony Interactive Entertainment want PlayStation gamers of tomorrow, of today, and Sony want PlayStation gamers now. PlayStation Now. But what say you? So I guess the question is the PlayStation Now service in its current form a Game Pass killer or no? And is either service a more attractive proposition to you now? Go ahead, sound off, share your thoughts and opinions on today's news, because that, unfortunately, brings us to the end of another video. But let's continue the discussion cordially in the comments. And for all your current and next-gen news updates, rumour and rampant speculation, go ahead, hit the like button, spread the word, and keep it locked to Foxy Games UK. Remember, relevant links where applicable can be found in this video's description. Do subscribe to Foxy Games UK. Remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss content. Thumbs up if you like it here, and help us reach more like-minded gamers simply by sharing this video. Consider supporting Foxy Games UK via Patreon, and or grab yourself a Foxy Games UK branded t-shirt or hoodie, available in various colours and designs. You'll find both links in this video's description. Truly appreciate the support. That concludes our time together today. It was great hanging out, and until the next video, always remember, play games, not corporations.